So, about to meet Steph in Sri Lanka. Oh, I must be here. Pack my bags. Hopefully we can meet some crew in Sri Lanka and get to know some people, build some community, and have some lifelong friends.
Currently in Malaysia airport. That was a bit of a process. Yeah, flying definitely takes it out of you, and I can imagine it would impact how social you would be on the other side. So luckily I've got 20 something days in Sri Lanka, so should be able to recharge within a couple of days and hit the ground running. But yeah, I think Steph and I have been apart for 51 days now. She got offered to run a hotel in the bottom of Sri Lanka for 2 to 4 months. So it's 2 months in, I guess. And she's kind of, it's great that she's already over there, because essentially, all the socialising and meeting people, and especially because she's basically front of house managing the hotel, so attracts lots of people and makes it easier. I guess it's not always a doable thing, but I'm going to keep that in mind for those who don't have that kind of connection, how to go about a bit of travel, meet good crew. Hopefully some you can come and visit later on other travels, or maybe they're from Australia too, so that's the plan. Alright, wish me a safe flight. We'll chat when there's not 100 people around.
I held on to that moment in life just to make it alive.
Yeah, go, go, go.
I finally arrived. I feel like I slept the whole way through. Steph's over here. And just cared for me after my moisturiser exploded in my bag, which is pretty funny. I think we're about to go out for somewhere.
Head out to the beach, have some drinks and some food.
Yeah, I was pretty dead when we got here, so I wasn't really in a mood to socialise probably straight away. But need a bit of a nap. Made a bit of a station over in the corner, and so it definitely takes it out of you travelling over. When you travel, then you need a bit of a day to recharge. Who we met this morning, met some yoga friends. Some of them were already from Perth. From a mingle point of view, just settled in and try to bit of a kind of recreate the same zones from home. Just to get my shower station and my clothes set up, and somewhere to rest and recharge. And then maybe tomorrow get some food. I think it's just ready to take us. So I need to wrap there, but hopefully have a good night, and maybe see you tomorrow.
There's a lie in the song.
All day 3, pretty pumped, having a great time, not feeling sick, well rested. A few little pointers for you. Find some yoga if you can, or some sort of yoga is probably the cheapest way. If you haven't opted for like a surf camp or something like that, then yoga would be a really, really cheap way to meet the yoga teacher, and maybe some crew at yoga. But I think you just got to bring the effort, and that's something that I've kind of contested with. I'm like, because there's times where I just don't have the energy, but I know that social can help me. And there's this grey area where it's like, unfortunately, you gotta have good energy, and you've got to be able to bring that. So focus on that. In fact, that's why working on yourself and doing things for yourself are really, really important. Tough, and sometimes you got to build that social for when you are like struggling, when you're taking on too much, or you're taking on a new challenge. That way, you've got people who are there for you even when you aren't energetic. But when you're finding new people, definitely that's a good one. And then there's a place here, And I think finding somewhere social is really, really good too. So it's obviously got drinks and alcohol. Actually, the mintest venue I've seen in a long time. Outdoor festoon lights, umbrellas and tables, like circular tables underneath them. So amazing stuff. If you come to Sri Lanka, you need to go to the doctor's house. Pretty renowned already. I was chatting with Para, which was Steph's mate, which is pretty funny actually. Just all the goings on and how he puts it together, and it's just, yeah, so there's live music there. He wants to expand that, which is fun for us. Obviously we're interested in that kind of stuff, and I'm going to recommend all the bands. He's like, he's telling me that the up and coming bands is kind of the perfect niche for it. Just because otherwise it's pretty expensive to get over to Sri Lanka, and those artists that no one knows, people don't really come for. Other one is, little community groups online. I'm not sure how so I didn't find them. Steph found them. I'm not sure how she found them, but online there's some communities, which is great. Probably not as developed as the ones in WA and now East Coast. So yeah, there's my first three things. You definitely gotta have the energy though. That's probably the barrier, and I'll talk more about that maybe later, because that's the biggest challenge I find. Yeah, lots of love. Hopefully speak to you soon. Yeah. I'm on record. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, cool. Fun times. Sick. Okay, excuse us for the lack of footage. We're just having a good time. New Year's Eve last night, went to Ahangama, and really social kind of, eventful area. Scarborough kind of crowd. That's AHANGAMA. Other fun, like, random things. I accidentally got bitten by a dog, which is okay. I'm pretty sure it was the dog was vaccinated. The protocol here, and it was just like the neighbour's dog further up. Depends where you are around, the world. You can't just go for a run and just run through everyone's territory, I guess. So next one I'm going to do, I'm just going to keep it short. But I got like the needle for it anyway. Got the rabies needle, just to make sure. And then I'll get one more in a couple of days, and then the days after that. So that's how that works. Bit of eventful kind of happening. Felt bad that I was the centre of attention and just trying to do hotel stuff. Other things is, in terms of like social, right? This would definitely, retreats are obviously a really key place where people meet and socialise. Couldn't recommend them enough. I understand that some people on different budgets, and that kind of became really expensive. So it's always a good one. Other things, I think, so last night we were out and just and the DJ was pretty funny, pretty good, throwing down some mad tunes, good track selection, everyone knew it, classics, like electronic classics, the thousands and stuff like that. And the bar was too busy, hectic, but I just endeavoured to get around for everyone, because everyone was like tired, and sometimes it goes a long way just to buy. They were $5 drinks, so it was like $15 or $20 for 4 of them, whatever. So that's a little, sometimes it just takes a little bit of lateral thinking, and when it's on, it's on. So hopefully we're off to Hirakatea today, which is a bit more of a cafe, vibe. Maybe we'll meet some crew there, or maybe we need a bit of a day off. But obviously I might not at work, so I'm in a real social mood right now. If I was pretty stressed from work, I wouldn't be keen at all. I'd be wanting to have a day in, especially New Year's Day after a big night. And also we got the suggestion we said earlier on. I always keep thinking about old man's in Bali, but it's not. It's I'll have to insert it later. under here or something. That will be a big one tonight. They're renowned for the New Year's Day thing. So stay posted. Am I going to be burnt out? We'll find out. Am I going to meet some good crew? We'll find out. Actually, yeah, there's some awesome crew last night. Some very Scarborough kind of crew. One was one of friends through Janey, who's an amazing vet nurse here. So Steph's made friends with Janey, who's a vet nurse that lives here. Rhys is fly in, fly out, and spends 3 weeks with her as her partner, and then flies back to work. Janey ended up bringing along a couple of friends. Reminded me very much of Scarb's friends, Bianca and Diana, I think. And one was from South Africa, which was cool to hear their experience of what they're living in Sri Lanka. And I think she does some social media stuff on other things for cafes and things. I can't quite remember. And then that was Bianca. And then Diana does... she runs a business here. Maybe Airbnb business, which is pretty cool to have that kind of upfront capacity. And lives there. And she's from Great Britain, I think. Interestingly enough, they're like they want to move to Australia. They'd love to spend more time there, but yeah, I think the visas for Australia is quite hard, and something that a lot of our friends in the Mingle crew know about, considering we love a lot of our friends that are overseas. So yeah, that's kind of like yesterday's summary. Yeah, just open-minded and really keen to go for a surf. Can't wait to do some surf and hang out maybe afterwards when I'm not exhausted, but that's the plan. See how we go. Feeling pretty at home here. Steph's obviously feeling super at home, but really privileged to be here, and it's nice to have some really positive interactions and feel like you're not so isolated. So yeah, bon voyage. See you soon.
This is a fucking, yeah. Let's have a look, see. Where do you reckon that goes?
Come with you. Fun.
I really enjoyed that rotty.
I know, it's surprisingly good, hey? Alright, we're back. Third day from the end. Sorry for the lack of footage. We've been enjoying ourselves as much as possible. It's been great. Scooter's been really, really helpful to be accessible and get out a bit more for a cheaper price. We've had some interesting experiences. We met a UK couple last night. We're going to a wedding tonight. Obviously working in a place definitely opens your eyes up. And a lot of the workers here have spoken about how they struggle sometimes making those long-term friends. But yeah, definitely getting out and going and finding the social hubs is really key. Doctor's House has been huge. When we went there the other night, there was a whole bunch of Hirikatea crew, Hungama crew, which is the ton of towns between Doctor's House. And it was good to see them, that kind of, the bubbles pop up overseas. You do want to integrate and hang out with lots of locals as much as you can, and which we have. Like Tushan is a surf coach. A lot of the surf coaches have good English, and obviously, and hopefully some of the English speaking people have learnt some Sinhalese, which is one of the main languages in Sri Lanka. So yeah, that's a good way. That's been really wholesome to see. I guess one of the things I wanted to point out that is where I'm going to tell you an interesting scenario about that happened this morning in a second, but we're here because of Steph and because of her social, and she obviously has had enough energy over the years and has continued that great relationship with Matt, who owns the Nook, and we're staying at his house at the moment. So yeah, it's just, social can take you many places, and I think that's one of the things that, not only can it support you and get you through interesting times, but yeah, that's social can do so much. But yeah, there were some common themes. I promised you about the scenario this morning. When we were hanging out with the UK couple last night, they were telling us so many things, obviously the classic of like what it's like to live where they live and all that kind of stuff, but telling us about they're doing board hire in Sri Lanka, and that they recently come out to them and gave them a form to a hire form to sign, which is normal in most countries, but hasn't been normal here, right? They then go for the surf, and they come out of the surf, and then they go like, oh, you've damaged the board, the dent's here and the scratches here, and you know, and they were already there on the boards beforehand, and they're trying to like just go, hey, they're already here before, and what do you want me to pay you kind of pay you out, pay you off? Anyway, it was just not the best experience for them. Anyway, and they were telling us last night. Then it happens to us this morning to some guys we were from the kind of surf hut that we were going to recommend others. And yeah, I'm sure it was just a one-off scenario, and we'd already been surfing there for 7+ days, so you know, maybe it was the biggest swell and that kind of thing, and maybe I think the boss of the place hadn't been with us when we'd been surfing for the 7 days, and they just kind of met us, so maybe it was that, and that's fair enough. And you know, I think these guys are pretty fair, and you know, when you crack a board or you split something, then that's fair enough. You know, you have to buy a new board, or people don't want to use that one and they don't use your boards anymore, and that's fair. But yeah, it would have been nice. I think I'd rather have paid more per surf so they could buy new boards easily than, you know, that didn't happen to me this morning, but they made me sign it, made Steph and I sign it, and I was there the whole time just like, I don't want to sign this. And I barely went for a surf because I just felt off, and the swell was also just all over the place. Like there was no consistent peaks, so I was going to get slammed. You know, if you're just waiting in the wrong spot, you have to pretty much adjust every wave, and it's just you spend the whole time paddling rather than actually getting a wave. So yeah, no, I was bowed out this morning, but yeah, that was a bit of a fun experience this morning. Wanted, you know, stuff like that. Stuff happens, you know. I think one of the things that I realised is that there's not much else here to do. So going out on a Wednesday and socialising is, you know, awesome, and that's some of the things that's the difference in Australia, is that there's so much to do and there's so many different jobs and roles to be part of. Yeah, it's interesting to hear the UK couple were talking about it's hard to meet people over here, and I guess last night I think we did well because we were in this, I guess I was, I don't know, checked out from all the things I had to do, and we were at this place and I was like, fuck it, let's just, I was a bit, I'll have a few cocktails, and I wanted to socialise. I was a bit tired, and the alcohol kind of helped a little bit, and it was one of those cases, where it's not like I wasn't really numbing anything, but I just needed that little bit of a boost, and that's what the alcohol did in that moment. And we got chatting with the 6-year-olds next to us, which are legends. I love them a lot. Older kind of crew, and all of a sudden we started talking to the tables around us, and that's how we made friends and got, I think we got more socials and stuff like that. So that was definitely a little tip there. So what else? I'd say there's definitely an element that things that work when you're overseas, like the fact that there's a vulnerability, you know what I mean? That people are traveling, you're also isolated, and there's no distractions as well. And those kind of makes traveling, I feel like, really good, for meeting people. Especially when you're in a place where there's, not too much like these Southeast Asia and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, from what I've heard about Bali is the same thing. I think you gotta, the girls over here were telling me that they met a lot of guys who are very transient. So yeah, there's those sorts of factors if that's what it's part of your thing as well. So but yeah, I think one of the other things we wanted to recommend is that finding someone who's fixed, and at the time it was finding someone who's fixed at one place, who works at a cafe or
you know, whether it was the guys, the surf guys, which we loved, to be honest. It was a shame about this morning, but we were chatting to them every morning, and this made us probably open up to the culture more. And yeah, if someone's fixed, they can't really move. So if you find a cafe you like and you can start talking to that person, and that person might know a lot of people as well, you know, it's finding those socialites. So yeah, and then you get to know about the events, and then they tell you the parties that are worth going to. And you know, as long as you can hold your own tiny bit when you go out and not put all the weight on them, then, and you got the right attitude, you got some good energy, then you want to meet people, then yeah, world's oyster. So bit of a longie said this one. Hopefully that's not too long, but yeah, big love, and hopefully this vlog has helped and give you some inspiration, you know, and some confidence to pull the trigger on being social in those traveling scenarios. Or maybe you do travel and meeting new people is part of the reason why you travel. So lots of love. Hopefully see you soon, either in real life. I'd much rather that, but if not, hopefully I should be jumping on here and giving some more value and just taking you through with me as someone who loves social and wants the best social life for themselves and from friends around them. And I think I truly believe in it. I think that we can all become pretty strong social creatures if we actually, you know, give it some time and focus on it. So yeah, more to come from me, but take care of yourself, back yourself, and see you soon. Bye bye.